Blessed love, everyone. Blessed love, blessed love, blessed love. Happy holidays to each and everyone. Happy holidays to each and everyone. I know not everyone celebrate the holidays, but at the end of the day, some people do. So whoever celebrated, happy holidays to you. Happy holidays. I hope you had a beautiful day with your family and friends, because at the end of the day, some people mightn't be celebrating the holidays, right? Someone told me one time, they say, you know what? I don't celebrate the holiday, but guess what? I use the holiday for bringing the family together, and it make a lot of sense. It really do. It make a whole lot of sense. You say you're not celebrating the holiday, but on that holiday, you use the holiday to bring family and friends together. Because I mean, what is better than a peaceful come together where family can sit down and have a conversation, reason with each other. Sometimes that's the time when conversation happen. That's the time when you know you might be mad with a or one your family member might be mad with you, and just because of having that conversation, it's just they was able to tell you why they mad with you. And now you could able to look into the can to and say, well, you know what? I wasn't even aware of that. But now you have the opportunity to apologize to the person if you did them anyway. So you see what I'm saying? So even though you mightn't celebrate the holidays, the togetherness, bringing the family together, watch everybody laugh, watch everybody dance, watch everybody sing, watch everybody have a good time, watch everybody eat, watch everybody drink, and just smiling and laughing and just having a good time. It's a good feelings. It's really a good feeling. So many people don't celebrate holidays, but they use it to bring family together. And it's a good idea. It's a good idea. So I just want to say, man, shout out to you guys. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. And I hope you had a blessed day. I hope you had a prosperous day. I hope you had a beautiful come together, positive come together without any argument, without any fighting. Thought, that happens sometimes. But I hope that did not take place. And I hope the meal had nourished your body. Happy holidays to each and everyone. Yeah. Hey, Fifi Johnny, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Good night. Happy holidays. Yes, it's a good feeling to watch everyone sit down and just having a good time, man. Eating, drinking, talking, bringing up old story from way back. You know what I mean? It's, the joy, the laugh, everything is wonderful. So some people use the holiday to bring people together, not that they're celebrating it. But don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not here knocking anybody from celebrating. Celebrate whatever holiday you decide. Because my thing is, man, I'm looking at things from a different point of view, because, sometimes, man, especially when we grow up in different culture, especially when we grow up in different culture, it could be a little challenging. Why it can be a little challenging? Because you learn certain things, and I learn certain things. And because we both in two different places learn so two different things, you really can't think anyone. You just got to do what you got to do, and the person to do what they got to do. And at the same time, if you could learn something from them, why not? Or they could learn something from you, why not? Because to me, my thing is growth and develop. That's my thing. I believe in growth. I believe in increasing. I believe in knowledge increasing. I believe in, if I'm able to do something, I believe in taking it to a next level. You see what I'm saying? So is where your mind is at the NID. Is where your mind is and where you want your mind to take you. You see? I want, so my thing is, I love positivity and I love information that can benefit me. You see? If someone can teach, it doesn't matter. Could be the littlest trial. I will sit down and listen to a trial. Why I will sit, you know why I will sit down and listen to a trial? And we got to get out of this thing where kids can't speak to you. No, why I will do that, right? Because my time is different than their time. You see what I'm saying? They're born into this. I was born into something else. I'm trying to adapt, but they're born into it. So there's things they could tell you. You see what I'm saying? So once you're trying to learn, once you're trying to increase in wisdom, increase in knowledge, you got to open up. You got to free your mind. You got to open up your mind. Because the stubbornness and the closed-minded, that does hinder us really bad. You know, I saw a picture today and I put it on my community page. And I just didn't know what to say. About the picture, I just didn't know what to say about the picture. But I put it on my community page. It's just, you don't know what to say, but these are the things I'm trying to avoid, and these are the things I'm trying to avoid. This is why I spend time on YouTube trying to help people grow food, grow whatever, however, to make things a little easier. You see what I'm saying? I don't even know if I should show that, bring the picture, but it's on my community page, my community tab. If you go on the community tab, you're going to see the picture that I post. I didn't know what to say with. Okay, let me see. I don't know what to say, man, for real. If you have a chance, just dive over on the community page and see what I'm talking. See what's there. And this is what I'm trying to avoid. And many of us trying to avoid this. Many of us. I had so many conclusions to that pic. Oh, oh, you saw it? Because a picture can have so many. That's exactly what I said. I said it's a sensitive situation. It is a sensitive situation. It is. I don't know what to say about that picture. But that picture is the message, man, that you're getting from the picture. I don't want to judge. I didn't want to say anything. All I said, it's a sensitive. Okay. But okay, all right. It's a sensitive situation. And these are the things we actually trying to avoid. These are the things we're trying to avoid. No, information is flying left, right, and center today. So you as an individual, you got to put yourself, we got to put ourselves in place for better and achievement. It's not going to just come to us. We got to place ourselves for better. Hey, life from scratch, how you doing? Good night. Right? No. When you look at that picture, it gives such a, because anything could have happened in that picture. You see what I'm saying? In that picture, anything could have happened in that picture. Anything. No, when you look at it, you look at it as, my goodness, man, maybe the person did really need it and don't have it. And if they ask, they wouldn't get it. They feel, some people feel like, some people don't like hear no, and that's a problem. Some people don't like to hear no. You see, if somebody say no to them, they feel like the wall crumble on them. No, you got to understand, you're not gonna hear yes every time. Who am I to judge? I cannot judge on that picture. I cannot. I wouldn't even go any further with it. But all I will say, this is why many people on YouTube share their videos, share what they're doing, that we all can learn from each other. We should be taking these information and hold on to them because it's survival. It's a form of survival. You see? Because now we could decide, okay, I'm not doing nothing, I'm not listening to you. But what about if there's a time come when no truck delivering anything, there's no electricity, no gas around, and you decide you're gonna go and take somebody's stuff? Things, it could end up real bad. That's you see what I'm saying? So why not take these information and apply them? Why not? The information that people give you, take them and apply them. If they fit your life, you apply them. No, I feel like I personally, I ain't got time to waste. That's what I'm saying. I really don't have the time to waste. So where I push myself is got to be beneficial. You know what I'm saying? In some form or the other, I want to learn. If I'm trying to do something and I don't know much about it, I'm going where I can get that information. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to the place where I could get that information, and that's where I'm gonna. We are all different, and remember, this is open discussion. I not here to tell you what to do, where to go, how. Not doing that. But in this time, in times like these, man, we need to, listen to me, really get into skill, get into your survival mood need to kick in. I'm telling you, your survival mood need to kick in times like these. I'm not sure if you guys really paying attention. Hey, John, shoot, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. I'm not sure if you guys paying attention to the little simple things that keep happening. I'm not sure if you guys really paying attention. It's getting serious, man. I go in a store the other day, and you know what was greeting me? A machine. Hi, my name is such and such. Hey, G Mama, how you doing? Thank you guys for being here. My name is such and such. And then next time I was in the next one, and the machine was doing we call it inventory. Inventory, the machine walking around, and it just scanning the whole shelf. I don't know, man. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? Thank you guys for being here. All I'm saying, man, guys, we got to get into more the survival mode, man. We got to get into the survival mode now, where we start to think about what we're gonna do or what we can do in case certain things happen. We able to do something, because I'm telling you, There's a lot of people who is really taking this thing serious, man, because of what they're seeing, you know. And we got to do what we can. We got to do what we can. You can't do more than you can. And this is the thing. You cannot do more than you can. But it's better to try. Try something. We grow in our little garden. Grow, try to grow as much herb as you can during the spring, so you stack up for the winter. So you have herbs for the whole winter. You see what I'm saying? You're growing food. If you could freeze them, whatever you can do. Man, listen to me. We just got to do what we can do at the end of the day. All right? Let me see. Let me see. It makes sense because time is precious and not promising. That's the thing, man. This is the thing. Time is precious and is not promising. So when you use your time right, you know what I'm saying? You sometimes certain opportunity only come by once. It never pass back. So if you lose that opportunity, it ain't coming back. So this is why you got to be alert and aware for them. When these opportunity come by, you just grab hold of them and make use of them because they're not coming back. You see what I'm saying? Wonderful. All right. Yes. I hope you guys had a beautiful time this holiday yesterday. All right. Let me see. I have been downsizing the junk and upsizing the necessity. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. All right. I agree with that. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It yes. What we notice going on these days, man, is too obvious these days. It's so obvious these days that you can't even question it anymore. It's just like you know what you're gonna wake up to in the morning. You see? It's like you already know what you're gonna wake up to in the morning because it's all different type of thing just happening. There's times when we could have say, okay, that ain't gonna happen in the next 10 years. No, we're gonna be wondering, man, I wonder if it's gonna happen tomorrow. That's how fast thing is closing in on us. So try to educate yourself the best way you can. Try to learn as much as you can because like I always say, it's better to be prepared than not to be prepared. Not to say anything gonna happen, but it's better to be prepared than not to be prepared. We all see what's going on. We all see everything. It's everywhere. People talking about it. Certain thing you hear on the news, certain thing you don't. Okay, but people talking about it. So my thing is, I'm educating myself and learning and listening at the same time, paying attention at the same time, because we have a big adjustment to make. We have a huge adjustment to make. Huge adjustment. And it's very soon. Because when we got to understand, the world we was living in, what we was living in, the system, whatever, is a whole change. Is nothing like what we know and what we grew up into. It's digital. We hitting digital now. We hitting where everything is, how you call it now. You see, like sometimes you gotta go to an appointment, you gotta go down there. No, everything is virtual now. It's gonna be like virtual. You don't have to go there. You just do an email, you send it, and that's how everything gonna be taken care of. And when the situation happened 3 years ago, this is what was putting in place. This was putting in place where this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be, man. So, can't tell anyone what to do, man, but time is changing. Make room for the things that matter. Water and food is great. It start. A lot of us have the clothes, shelter, and security in place. Always prepare. I agree with that. I agree with that. And it's not to say you got to go out there and spend every dime you have. No, 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 no. I wouldn't tell nobody to do that. I wouldn't tell anybody to go out there and just spend your money and buy this and no, I wouldn't do that. What I will say is put little thing aside until, you know, the thing is with me, right? If I do gardening, I mean we all do gardening. Or everybody who do gardening. The thing with me, when springtime hit, man, I only growing certain things, guys. I'm only growing certain things. I'm not growing certain things. Exactly, a little goes. Definitely Jones showed. I'm not growing too much certain things because I want to utilize the space that I'm using and plant things that less because if there's no electricity, I'm worried about that. If there's no, you understand, because your refrigerator can have situation and you could lose everything. So now if I'm growing certain things, then I can just pick them and just rest them in a car. Don't listen me, guys. You know, I was weighing Edo study, right? I was weighing Edo study, and I show you. I really did not show all my harvests with my Edos, but I was weighing Edos study, and my Edos come up to, I think it's like 200 and about 15 pounds. 215 pounds of Edos. That's a lot of Edos. You see what I'm saying? No. Hey, Urban Harvest, how you doing? Thank you for being here. No, right? No. All these Edos, I ain't got to worry about canning them. I ain't got to worry about how am I going to store them. I ain't got to worry about, yeah, Mama. I ain't got to worry about, got to put it in the fridge. That food will not spoil. All I got to do is put it in a nice dry area in a box and just leave it there. So harvest it, clean it off, put it in a corner, and that's it right there. So see what I'm saying? So if there's no electricity, it's still nothing gonna happen to it. That's the food I'm growing in this time. I'm telling you. What I notice is that while the war going on these, there are exactly increasing conflict with countries that produce massive amount of oil, which will raise that. That's the next thing again, the raising of the price. When you see some, let me say something, right? Sometimes we just say, oh, they have the thing going on, it's not gonna affect me. So I'm not studying that. Believe it or not, it could affect you. It could affect you. How it could affect you? By the raising of price. Because if you notice, every time something take place, the price of everything just keep going up. Just keep going up. You see what I'm saying? So it do affect. If you're not in that country, it do affect you as well in some sort or the other. it do affect you. You see? So this is how it is, man. Well, yes, it's a ton load of Edos I harvest, and I ain't finished yet. That's the thing. I still have more in the ground that I'm not even think I'm gonna harvest. I think I'm gonna just leave them. Maybe during the winter, I might be taking out a root from time to time. But when you grow these type of food, you ain't got to worry how am I storing them. And that's the thing. You ain't got to worry about storing them. And that's the good thing about Edos. Pumpkin. Right now, I have pumpkins right now. I have a lot of pumpkin for harvest as well. But I'm watching the weather. You know, the vines them still have some greenness in them. So I'm watching the weather. But that's another farm. That's another food that you can grow, and you ain't got to worry about how you storing them. But at the end of the day, guys, I understand everybody don't have the space to do as much as they would like to. But all I can say, just do as much as you can. That's all you got to do. Do as much as you can. Don't worry about what other people doing. You got to worry about how much you can do. And think about the food you would like to grow. You know what I mean? Plan it out. Like now, you should be planning which type of food you actually want to grow next year. This is what you should be doing now. You should be planning that. So when next year come, you already ready and prepared, knowing what you're gonna be growing, knowing you create your space, you see where you're gonna put your squash, wherever, whatever. Plan it out. So when you plan it out, it's easier when the spring come for you. So all I can say, just do what you can. You cannot do more than you can. Do what you can and what you're capable of, and everything will just fall into its place. No oils mean no transportation, which means no food or supplies are going to be shipped. High prices mean inability to access necessities, especially if some people depending only on the broad goods. That's a strong point right there. And this is why I'm saying, even though it mightn't happening right where you at, that does not mean it's not going to affect you as well. It will affect you somehow or the other. Maybe your pocket. Maybe it might affect your pocket in some sort or the other. You see? Hey, Food Forest, how you doing? Greetings. Yeah. Yes, it will affect your pocket. And we're seeing that. We're seeing that every day. This is, you see, this is why I try to grow my own food, guys. Why I try to grow my own food is because there's certain things you just have to buy. There's certain bills you just have to buy. You just have to pay. So food is very expensive. And I know you all know that. I know everybody in this live know how food is expensive. And it's just going up. Who did a video? I think I see Fifi did a video where $10 went on the with the oil name with the oil is olive oil. Could you imagine $10? Could you imagine $10 jump on one time on a bottle of oil? I mean, come on. And at the same time, your salary did not go up a dime. I mean, think about it. $10 one jump. $10 one jump, and your salary did not go up a penny. I mean, right now, guys, and this is facts, man. People doing, people who was comfortable doing one job a few years ago, that one job cannot work anymore. So now people doing two jobs. People walking off of one job straight to the next job. Barely spending time at home with their family just to make ends meet. We're seeing it. How we seeing it? Because the food price going up, everything is going up. And it's not just the oil. If you go in order, you're gonna see. So this is why I try to grow as much as I can. Why? So that I wouldn't have to spend on these things. So there's things you just gotta spend on. If you want the electricity overhead, you know you gotta spend. You want gas run into your house, you know you gotta spend, which I could do without that. Honestly, I personally could do without the gas running into your house. Me personally could do without that. But once we need these luxury, this is where it costing us. And at the same time, our salary is not getting anywhere. So how, if things keep going up, how will we able to maintain? I mean, think about it, guys. Eddie Moon, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. That was crazy when I saw the price. And trust me, I did not buy it. I'll wait for Olive Tree to. I understand. I understand. Because you see, you can't, I mean, and sometimes you could do it out the thing, and sometimes you could do it out it, but you just have to have. And the next thing again, too, guys, some people love, oh, it got to be a certain brand. If it ain't that brand, I'm not buying it. Well, listen to me, man. All I can say, guys, there's a lot of video on YouTube where people showing you how to make a lot of different things. Coconut oil. All this type of stuff people showing you. You got to get into it, man. You got to get into these things. Make your own oil. All right? Your own oil for your body. There's a lot of flowers out there that you could extract into oil and use it. Beautiful flavor. And rub your skin. Massage oil. You could make your own massage oil. You know, if we got to try it, well, me can't tell you guys what to do. But me, I'm going to try to do as much as I can. So instead of, I don't want to be 100% dependable on anything. I want to be able to have some sort of independence. So me making my own oil, saving me a bunch of money. Oil for my hair, saving me and guess what? I'm growing the herbs that I'm using. So I know what's in that. My skin. I know, yeah, I'm making, listen to me, guys. This is how you could save a few bucks, okay? This is how you could save a few bucks. Beef tallow is a clean fuel for Earthlings. Beef tallow, okay, all right. Thank you, Food Forest. Pine nut oil is awesome. Pine nut oil is awesome. Okay. What you call the pine nut? The cone? Is the cone you talking about, Food Forest? Guess what? They make all the brands in the same. And besides, some of the things are easy to make because we're not doing it on it. Exactly. We're not doing it on a commercial level. So it's simple. Some of these things you might be surprised how easy these things are. There are some beautiful flowers out there that give you that beautiful scent. And when you put it in a certain oil, what it do, for a period of time, it draws it out. And when you're using the oil, you're naturally smelling the flowers within the oil. What I think, and grapeseed oil, I don't know much about these oil. I don't know what's in them. I don't know how they make. I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, at least you know whatever you put in inside that, you know what it is, and you know what it come from. So at least you have control of what go in the oil, instead of you just buying something and you don't know anything that's in there. You don't even know if what's they saying there is inside there. You see, so at least a form of independent, knowing what you put, knowing what's in the oil, it's a blessing. And coconut oil, it mightn't be the best oil to be infused, but that is a natural oil if you could make that yourself. No, honey as well. Honey is a good extractor as well. And honey, the honey life, the life for honey is basically forever, especially if you able to get it natural. Yeah. So it's so many things to learn. Okay, all right. Pine tree has nuts, and the oil was used a lot in Germany. Okay. You know what? I gotta look into that food forest, the nut and pine tree. All right. Thank you for that. I gotta pay more attention into that. Lord is clean for okay, all right. Thank you for that. All I'm saying, man, the world is changing and everything is changing, and all we can do now is do whatever we can to survive. Is either you adapt into the kind of world that coming, or you might have to go into it with some sort of independence, meaning if you could grow little things, if you can, it can help you save. It can help you save. I use pine nuts to make my bees a pesto. It's delicious. I have tons of pine tree. I got to pay more attention for that nut. I'm focusing on using the pine needle, but I'm not focusing on the nut. So I'm surely gonna be looking at that. Oil extract using chemical is really bad. I agree with that. I agree with that. And these are the things we we should be investing into. Stuff to extract oil naturally. You see? Things to extract oil, that's where we got to pay more attention to, man. Because, like I said just now, I don't know what's in the oils. I don't know how they was made. I don't know. But we just got to do what we got to do, man. Oil extract, okay, okay. Pine nuts are superfood. I pay. Hold on. Pine nuts, you pay $45 a pound? Really? Wow. You see, that's what I'm saying. We educate each other, we learn from each other. Because I have tons of pine tree everywhere, and I never look for the nuts. I only looking for the straws. And then I might see the pine needle. I might see the pine needle drop. I might see the pine cone drop. And sometimes what I do with the pine cone, you know, sometimes I use a pine cone for decoration too. Get them, clean them up, you know what I mean, and spray them. Spray them with some different, whatever you want to spray them with, and give them then color and just leave them. Look really nice. So that's a form of decoration as well. I never know these things so expensive. And thank you for that, guys. No, I can go and get my nut and figure out now for extract the oil. So that you see, this is why this conversation is important. Yes, the price is up there. This is why this conversation is important. We learn from each other. Thank you guys, because I learned something tonight. For someone who has so much pine tree and wasn't paying attention to the nuts, now I will be doing that. So thank you guys for that. That's what I'm saying. Educate each other, learn from each other, and this is my goal. My goal is learning as much as I can. That's my goal. Time is too serious now. Thing is to see. Listen to me. Every day you wake up is something different. Time is crazy. Time is serious now. So we got to make use of our time. Yeah. Hey guys, I don't know. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wanna chip in and say a few things. That'd be nice. It's an open discussion, open panel, and as I said, man, up here you free. Everyone have a right to their own belief. Okay. Okay, the link is in the chat. All right. Anyone feel like coming up? You are welcome. Let me see where. I know what it is in the free range beef tallow, pure fat, liquid, or my cell. To use that is meant for outlines. Cold press extract olive oil is the best, but it costs right. You see? And this is where you see, listen, like how you know mentioned that. This is where I see. This is where how you come togetherness is important, right? This is where come togetherness is important. Here why. The cold press machine might be a little expensive, right? But at the end of the day,
hey,
how you doing, sir? What's going on?
oh, Planter, I'm just like you, regular old earthling, you know.
All right, all right. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you, man.
You as well. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty cool conversation about where you're talking about oils for humans. It's
Yeah.
a clean fuel is hard to come by. You know, most fuel for humans come from using carbohydrates or sugars, see,
Mm.
which is very bad for the mitochondria. It's the powerhouse of the cell, so it needs to burn something. So when you plug it up with carbohydrates or sugar or glucose, you don't run properly. You're
Mm.
uh, so when you use good fuel like beef tallow, lard from pig, or pine oil or MCT oil, extra virgin cold pressed olive oil, but these things are expensive. Some of these things, so it's hard for a lot of folks to get it. You know, so get to know your butcher, and there's a lot of fat there that doesn't get sold. So you can render that down in the oven and get a nice lard for beef tallow for cooking, like if you're cooking, you see, or making bread or whatever you're using it for. It's what they did in the old days. They didn't run down and buy Mazola oil or corn oil. You had to have fat rendered, you see. But there's been studies that the mitochondria runs best on clean fuel, and that is a lipid that's not altered. Like a lot of oils that are on the market are extracted with hexane, and these are very highly corrosive towards human beings, and it's a very progressive corrosiveness over time. So as
Mm.
time goes by, it gets weaker and weaker, an organ or something like that, like your vision or something. I'm not a doctor or anything. I
Right.
I have to say that I just like learning about trying to live a healthier life.
I
Fish
agree.
fish is really good. The oil from fish, eh? The omega-3 is extremely good for your brain. When you go to school as a child, you go to school and you don't have the right fuel in you, you don't learn very good. You see, because you're thinking about the food at home, or you're thinking about it on the tree or whatever. Your mind isn't quite there, and hunger in schools with children. 40% of all children that go to school go hungry or with a bad fuel.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, something to think about. You are what you eat. It's-
I agree with that. I agree with that.
yeah,
You are what you eat.
the fuel is so important to have it clean, that if you don't, then you'll have complications. You see, it's called failing to methylate. You might want to write that down or look it up, or you might even know about it. It's a lot of people learn now off of YouTube. They learn from the internet. But you fail to methylate, and that's because your parent was they lacked a certain nutrition. So that's why you see people with a cleft here and they talk kind of funny, or this problem or that problem. It's because of the methylation wasn't there. Complex molecule building is really interesting stuff for human beings. It's very vast.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to learn it though.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Agree.
I don't want to talk too much because I'll
Oh,
talk
no, that's okay.
about it.
I love information. I love information. Wait,
Well,
somebody asking you a question on the screen.
do you know if there's a difference between cold press and first cold press? Yes, there is. You want first cold pressed. First cold press, you have all the nutrients. Olive oil has oleic acid in it, and it's really good. Okay, so what happens is if you have the first cold press, you're getting all the nutrients in that oil, and that oil is the clean fuel for the mitochondria of the cell. So now the second cold press, that's just cold pressed, uh, that can't be as trusted. It's very manipulated a lot. Not everybody nice, so they might throw in canola oil or this or that, But if it says first cold press, and if it says kosher and there's a K on it, that's really the one you want, because that is able to be traced right to the tree. And that's certain religions in the world, that's all they go for is the kosher, what's made for them, because they can trust that. Whereas other oils that are made are just for, anybody. Like, I don't mean to say that, kind of sounds not so good, but it's the truth. And
Yeah.
usually that's way more fascinating than bullshit. Oops. Sorry. Fun, hey? Yeah,
That-
that's a good question, I'll tell you. The best oil, I'm friends with several orthomolecular practitioners. They study the makeup of man and food, and I've been friends with them for like a lifetime. And it comes back to the oil is the cleanest fuel. That's what it means with the keto diet. You see, they cut out the carbs and the sugar and the keto. Well, it's meat and lipids, oil. And
Mm.
what happens is a thing called ketosis. If you stop eating sugar and you stop eating carbohydrates or limit it, the body goes after the oil and that burns better. It's kind of like, do you want a gasoline engine or do you want a diesel clunk, 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 clunk engine?
Right, right,
Right?
right.
It doesn't sound very good, right? But that's the comparison that these people tell me, and they, they're very smart people that I've been hanging out with for many years, and they keep me alive. I was supposed to kick off a few years ago, but I didn't, and oh, it was a battle. I still every day I have to manage a flare up of this. I
Yeah.
have a rare disease, and I didn't even know I couldn't stand up anymore one day, and I'm like, "Well, this
Wow,
isn't good."
wow.
So off to hospital, and they took some chunks of the mass down in my lower back and belly, and it came back. I had this is a jaw full. But what I have is called immunoglobulin substage 4 retroperitoneal fibrosis.
Oh
And
man.
what it means is that my body does not digest protein or fibrin, and it just builds up in a mass, and then it scars my organs. Oh gosh, it was pretty painful.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I had to manage that, and they said I had a week to a month to live. Hey, that was 3 years ago, and I thought, well, gee, Howie, you better hurry up and hurry up some more and learn some things. So I did. I did a pretty good crash course on this. The acronym is IgG4 that the doctors use, and it was some Japanese scientists that found it. I just couldn't stand up one day. I was like, I knew I was tired because I'm always doing something. But I thought, well, maybe it'll pass, but it didn't. So these masses they're on my aorta, so it's kind of I can't lift anything super heavy and I can't squat very much, but that's okay. I'm alive. I'll
Right,
take.
right, right.
But the thing that the orthomolecular scientists taught me was that have some fun and eat what you grow and grow what you eat, and don't eat junk food. Don't go to restaurant. That's number one thing. Don't go there, and don't lift anything over 10, 15 pounds. Because
Oh,
if you do, you put the pressure on the mass, and then that goes onto the organ. You see, so
yes, yes.
don't lift heavy. So, uh, I liked hard work. I liked sweating. It's very good to sweat. You get rid of toxins, but the big thing is the I always had olive oil, but now olive oil's $20 a liter here for 1 liter of organic extra virgin cold press, the first cold press.
Right, right.
So it's I have it down to look, listen, learn, calm, cool, collective, who, what, when, where, why, how. Whenever you're in some very serious situations, just just think that.
Yes, yes, yes. Wow.
Yeah. So I've come a long ways from. Well, I was. They had me where I couldn't get up no more. So I. They said, "Do you want to be euthanized?" I said yes. So I thought, geez, what I'm signing up here for. So
Wow.
the priests come, the doctors, the psychiatrists, and then these two surgeons for internal come to see me, and they say, "Oh, we have someone that wants your heart." I saw kind of using it right.
Wow.
So I stopped it. I said, no, I said, if it's good enough for someone else, it's good enough for me. And they didn't quite care for that too much, the doctors and stuff. But I thought, well, I could live longer. I'm not in hurry to get there. But you know, the system is hard on, and where I live, it's very difficult on the population. They euthanize a lot of people here now. You know, the hospital get $38,000 for euthanizing someone. So when I was in there was two guys ahead of me that was euthanized. One guy, he had a stroke, so his side didn't work very good. You know,
You're right.
so so the family didn't want to look after him. So they said, "Oh yeah," I told the doc, you know, yeah, get rid of him, right? So
Oh,
they did. They he was a really nice guy. I talked to him. He just couldn't move very much of his body, but no one wanted to look after him, so they euthanized him. It's, I found it very difficult to see. It was, and then another guy. He couldn't stand up. He was in a wheelchair, but he had a heart attack too, and it left him a little bit disabled because he had to be in the wheelchair, and his family didn't want to look after him. So I seen a couple people go while I was there, and I thought, you know what, my family wants me. Thank God for family, man.
yes. Wow. That's, oh man, wow. Glad you're here, man, to share this information.
Me too. There's a vibration. Like in the morning, the birds sing, and then the stomata on the plant opens up and takes CO2 in as fuel. Eh? But without that bird singing, the stomata don't open.
Mm.
Eh? The birds are good. They're good to me. I feed them every day, every day.
I always talk about their boards, man. I
Yeah,
always talk about their boards. I love their boards.
me too. I go out and I feed them every morning. They're called juncos, these little ones here. They come right up beside me and they come inside and they take the seat off the table. It's like, oh, yeah,
Oh,
cool,
wow.
cool. Yeah, a lot of wildlife here in the food forest. There's just a ton of wildlife. Everything migrates to my place. Wild cats, raccoons, deer, all kind of big birds, raptors.
Oh,
They
wow.
like it here because I put my compost out in the center of the food forest, and at night the owls take the mice. I'm
Mm,
smarter than the mouse, and I could be as quick as the owl if I lost 20
right.
more pounds. So
Oh.
what you doing there, planter? Where you live?
Eh?
You
Well,
live in
huh?
you in Jamaica,
No, I mean US. I mean zone 8B.
Florida?
No,
You
not Florida.
no,
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I know you're on the planet though.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
8B, you're in 8B. I'm in Zone 8. I'm on
Oh,
southern Vancouver Island. It's up it's up near Seattle. It's a 2-hour boat ride from Seattle.
oh, really? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm more down in the south where the weather is not as bad as the cold as the north. You know?
Well, there's different temperate climates in Canada. The,
Oh, you in Canada? Okay,
yeah, yeah. I'm on southern Vancouver Island. So Vancouver Island's before you go to Alaska.
okay.
So you got a temperate marine climate here. So things grow here that don't grow in the rest of Canada. It
Mm,
doesn't work. It's just too cold.
oh,
Here I've only had 5 days frost, and it's almost December. Other
oh.
places have lots of snow.
Well, I'm in the US. I'm in the US. In the US.
Well, that's
Yes.
that's that's a big That's a big place, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a
Canada,
very
Canada bigger than the US.
yes, but we have territories and provinces. It's you know, and then we have indigenous nations that have their own governments. Hey,
Mm,
so we have a lot of like in the city I live in.
mm,
There's 13 mayors for one city because they have these municipalities like counties in the U.S. You see,
mm.
so we have a lot of different levels of government here. We have several levels of government that coordinate different things, you know, like for the population. But the food here is there's 3 days food where I live. Every household has 3 days food that they can go and buy.
Mm.
That you know, if you go beyond that, if there's a problem, you know, you better know how to go fishing or foraging or something. And
Mhm.
most don't. Most don't know nothing. They come and ask me. I don't know much. I just plant a few things, you know, and forage a little bit, go fishing. But there's a guy that's on my village. He's writing a book about what we could do around here for food. Eh, So
Okay,
something to think about.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But like how you was talking about the oil, the cold press oil.
Yeah.
So a cold press. This is the thing why I was saying about the coming together. You see, because now if you come in together, the cold press machine is expensive.
Oh
But
no, it's fairly cheap for a cold press. It's not a machine. No, no, it's a wooden pallet like it comes together like this, and it's compressed using it's not a cylinder like you're thinking. It just comes down like this, like you know, like a vice.
yes, like your
Same thing, and then it just comes out and goes down. But the thing is that that's for olives, and now we have olive farms here on southern Vancouver Island and a couple of the smaller islands beside me. So
mm,
they have a press here now. But I mean, a commercial press for a big olive orchard would be expensive, like a
got
mechanic.
you, got
That
you.
would be, but at such small scale that if you're looking after your village, you would use a small wooden one, you know.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, unless you're like big time commercial, like you know,
Right.
there's in Italy and Lebanon that you know on the Lebanese border they're losing a lot of. That's why right now the olive oil shot through the roof. The 1,000-year-old olive trees are being destroyed in a war over there.
Mm,
And not just one or two. We're talking tens of thousands.
wow.
These 1,000-year-old trees are just gone. They just burnt. And yeah, Lebanon actually, a lot of your olives come from there. It might say another country on it, but it was just exported there. And it's
Mm,
the same with the olive oils too. A lot of Lebanese olive oil goes to Spain, and then Spain will buy a bunch from Greece, and then they'll mix them, and that's generally what you get.
oh, wow.
Real olive oil, cold pressed, extra virgin, tastes fruity. Tastes
Mm,
fruity. Hey, it not taste like what you taste. Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
Well, well, you know what? I'm so glad I did mention what I know mention because I thought, you had also get the big cold press and it might cost some money. But now you're telling me that you could use a small wooded one.
yeah,
Then I'm gonna look into that one because
yeah.
I have a, oh gosh, we name. I have a plant that the oil is really good.
Mm.
The oil, the natural oil from it is really, we call it again, camellia. The
Camellia. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
right.
Coconut oil is pretty good too.
Right, right.
You know, there's other things besides extra virgin olive oil. See, olive is the oldest oil from a plant that humans have used.
Mm.
And the oldest plant or tree that humans have propagated is the fig.
Mm.
Figs and olives, they really complement the human really, really well. Yeah, and the omega threes from sardines, herring, salmon, and some cod liver oils and stuff. That's really good for your brain. Hey, it's super good because you know a lot of people think, oh, I'm getting fat on my belly. Well, you should think about the fat that's needed for this. Important. Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow. Well, that's what I love. You always learn something. And I'm open to learn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's too bad the planet didn't have so many wars on it that we could have so much good life with everyone, you know.
That's
Oh,
true.
I just wanted to say hello to my friend Urban Gardening Chronicles is here.
Oh
And
yeah, okay, all right. Oh man, what's up?
yeah, she's pretty cool human. She gets into some really great topics, say, on her live
Yeah.
streams. I find it very interesting. Yeah, way better than TV.
Yes, you do on a Saturday morning, yes.
Yeah, yeah. The big thing about food cost is weather or war, the two W's.
Mm.
And with with 2,000 inactive and active wars daily on the planet, it can you know it has an effect on the price of food, the weather or the war. It You know, look at avocados and limes and lemons. A couple of years ago, down in South America, things were going crazy. I mean, an avocado was $5, you know, and then lime was $2 for one lime. But it was because of this war, you know. So the sooner that war stops on the planet, the price of food would come down dramatically. And if we can help the weather situation too, it's you know it's very difficult on farmers. So now they're doing seeding of the sky to make it rain. You know, so this is what's going on here in Canada. They seed on the prairies. They seed the sky and people go, "Oh, look at that chemtrail!" Or look, it's you know you got to understand what's really going on, and some of them are chemtrails, like for military purposes, but some of it's actually to seed for to rain or to get it to snow, like in Sochi, Russia, when the Olympics was there. A few years ago, they wanted it to snow, so they seeded the clouds and it snowed.
Wow.
So you know, it's a strange thing, but to you know it's a big job for peace brings love and love bring peace. You know, so it's a big job for all them wars to stop. It would be so good for the Earthlings. They lose their a lot of their abilities because of war, and especially a lot of psychic abilities, your sixth sense and your gut feeling. You lose a lot of that if you've been traumatized
Yes,
by
yes.
war. Hey, peaceful times bring love, and lovely times bring peace. But it's interesting to note if aliens ever showed up here and started consuming humans, your neighbor wouldn't be looked at, hey, that's that black guy or that Japanese guy. Hey, brother. You'd be all getting together to attack these aliens from far off worlds. That would stop racism in a half second flat and in most wars, too.
Right, that's true.
'Cause
That's true.
you'd be all scared to be put not they put you on the shish kebab, right?
That is true.
A little off thinking there, but
No, it do kind of bring people together
oh
when
yeah,
at those time.
Oh
It
yeah.
kind of bring people together. You're right.
Yeah, yeah, for real. Like, once you see your neighbor being consumed, you're next. So you're not gonna look at anybody has different colored skin or anything anymore. I don't know if he's a real bad guy getting consumed, I might just hide in my basement. Oops for this.
Oh man, you're right.
Uh, just having fun. I better get going. I have company planter. It was
All
nice.
right, man. Thanks for having you, and I truly appreciate the information. And
You
I'm
as
glad
well.
you're still here, man. I'm glad you was able to overcome and able to share so much information.
Namaste, my friend. Namaste.
Yeah, because I always see you in the chat, and you always have some kind of information for share. So I
Well,
appreciate that.
always share if there's something good. Well, nobody wants to hear anything bad. See you, planter.
All
Much
right,
love.
take
Much
care.
love.
All right, much love. Take care. Thank you, man. I appreciate you coming up. All right. Man, thank you, Food Forest, man. Thank you for sharing so much with us tonight because, man, I'm willing to learn, man. I'm willing to learn, and these information really help us. You know what I'm saying? Because it make you aware. That's the thing. These information make you aware, make you more aware. I mean, if anyone else feel like coming up, man, could always jump up, man. No problem. All right. If anyone feel like jumping up, could always jump up. Let's open discussion tonight. We just having conversation, different topics. Yeah, but man, so now I get to understand, which before I was thinking that I need in order for me to doing cold press, I need might be a big machine. And I was saying, do I really need to am I gonna be doing enough cold press that I need a kind of machine? But like Food Forest now explain to me, I don't need the commercial. There's smaller one that can do the work. So that's a plus right there for me because I have plants that push seeds that I can get the oil itself from. I already getting the oil from the petals, the flowers, but no, able to get the natural oil from the seed itself. That's the plus right there. I also learn again that I pine trees like crazy, but never look at the nuts. Never look at the nuts. And now tonight I'm again to understand that the nuts themselves were pretty high price. So that's two birds with one stone right there. I can get my cold press, and now I have my nuts, all kind, my pine nuts, and I also have from the flowers, the camellia flowers, the seed from that, just like that, man. Just as simple as that. This is why I'm open to learn. I'm not in, once it's something positive, I'm open. I'm willing to learn because I'm about uplifting and growing. I really can't linger with the distraction. It's too much distraction going on today. And I'm not trying to be distracted when so much thing is happening. Everything is happening left, right, and center, anyhow you turn. I don't have the time to be distracted right now. I got to look at in the next year or two how things gonna be in the next year or two. Is it gonna be anything like what we're dealing with right now? So it takes adjustment, it takes preparedness, it takes readiness, it takes getting in survival mode, it takes a whole lot. So I'm focusing on that right now, man. I'm already trying to grow my own food, my own herbs. I'm even learning because you know it's a thing these days that people actually making their own herb because no, as far as I'm learning, honey is a very good extractor. And the life of honey is for, that could stay on the shelf for a long period of time. So now if I can actually give me 1 second, guys. Yes, so now it gives me more time and more understanding, man, to be ready and prepare. So thank you, Food Forest, to come up and share the information, man. I appreciate that. It's always a good thing to able to people share their experience. So by this sharing their experience, we could learn from their experience. You know, I remember I had a lady up on my platform one time, and she was a survivor of cancer twice. This information is very important, and because she was a very stubborn person and not, basically what she said, she was telling them how she feel and what's going on. But they trying to tell she how she feel. You see? So she had also put down her foot and say, this is how I feel. You cannot tell me how I feel. And this is where a lot of us just get thing with. We don't stand. We don't stand up for what is we know. We don't stand up for what we know. Even we know something, we allow somebody else to come and tell us something different, and we just hold on to it. Hey, Sissy, Texas Garden, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Yes. So sometimes, man, we got to able to make our start, especially when we know. Because at the end of the day, man, is your body. You feeling. You understand? If your head is hurting you, you can't let somebody tell you it's your arm. You know it's your head is hurting you. You see? Not your arm, you know that. But no, you're gonna allow somebody to convince you that is your arm is hurting you. So these are things, man. You got to know your body, and you got to stand for what you know. Hey, Mike, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Let me say this, right? I want to say this because I try my best. I try my best to eat as healthy as possible. I try to grow as much as I can. I try to grow as much herb as I can to basically it keep me from getting it from places that I don't even know how they comes. So I try to do a lot of these things for that reason. But one thing I want to say, I'm not here to tell nobody, don't go to the doctor for a checkup, don't go to the doctor for this. That's not what I'm doing. Especially because not every one of them is the same. You know what I mean? So I don't want to tell a person, oh no, don't go for a checkup, don't go for this, don't go for that. You got to decide that. I only could speak for myself. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not here to tell people, oh, don't go to doctor, don't go to that. That's your decision. Okay? The only thing I could tell you is try to eat healthy as you can. That's the only thing I can tell you. But I can't tell you not to go look for a checkup, because sometimes that's when people realize they have certain things. You see? Sometimes that's when people realize they might have something. So I would not tell anyone not to go to the hospital and do their checkup. I wouldn't do that. If you feel that you need to do that, do what you got to do, people, because at the end of the day, many times people went, and that's when they realize they might have high blood pressure, they might have diabetes, they might have so many. So I can't say that. My thing is, if you go to one and they tell you that, maybe you should go to a next one. You see what I'm saying? Or maybe you should go to a third one, just to get a more confirmation of what's going on. That's all I can say. But I will not say, don't go check up yourself. Because maybe check, you understand? I wouldn't say that. Even though sometimes sometimes we just try to eat a certain way to stay away from these places. That's all we can do. But I'm not here to tell you guys not to go take a checkup. No, I will not do that. Yes, guys. So always try. Don't make nobody tell you that that's your decision, because people could say, we could sit down and say anything, but at the end of the day, it's your body. All right. You might know what you're feeling. And at the end of the day, that's your choice. I can't tell nobody, oh, don't go look for checkup. No, no one shouldn't have the power to tell you that. That got to be your decision. All right. But what I say, man, if you go to one and one tell you something, try a next one. That's all I'll say. Or try a third one, just to be sure. Because all of them is not the same. That's all I can say. Because sometimes people say, "Oh, well, you tell me not." No, I didn't say that. I say it's your decision. You have all rights to go check up yourself. It's your decision. All I can say is try to grow your own food, try to eat as healthy as you can. That's all I can say. But if you got to go take a checkup, you go do what you got to do. Yes, guys. So what's going on, guys? How you guys doing, man? How was the holiday? How the holiday treat you guys, man? Eh? How was the food and all these things? How was that? Yes. Well, this thing ain't gonna do much for me, because I don't eat meat, I don't eat turkey, I don't eat the meat, so it ain't gonna do much for me, even, you know what I'm saying? But I'm sure you guys had a beautiful day yesterday. I'm sure. Hey, Truth Seeker 2020, how you doing, man? Been a while, I myself stay away. Had nothing to offer me. They have zero Q and only cover the symptom. All right, I hear that, 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 I hear that. Well, this is the thing, man. This is the thing. This is why I will always say try to eat properly, try to take care of yourself, exercise from time to time, do what you got to do. Why I will say that? Because sometimes we might realize that we got certain thing, we might have a problem, which might be some sickness come down on us, some disease or something come down on us, right? And because of that, you might say, all right, let's I got to go to the hospital. And yes, you go to the hospital, but guess what? You had this situation for a long time and you didn't know, right? Now the situation gone so far that ain't much they can do. Even you could drink all the herb you want, all the tea and bush you feel like. This situation gone so far that ain't much they can really do for you at that time. So what might able to get done for you? It might be you say for instance you have a slash on your hand, right? And it's bleeding, right? What you do now, you put a bandage on top of it. You put a bandage and you dress it up and it might stop the bleeding. But that does not mean the cut is not there. Make worse if you get infected or something. The bandage is only covering it. So it's like most of the time, in most of these situations, you basically, it not help, it not really curing anything. You see, it's not curing nothing. It's just like you say, only cover the symptoms. You see? You see what I'm saying? So this is why I will always say, I mean, sometimes it might hard to do, which it could be hard to do, of eating a certain way. It might be so hard, just like a person who smokes cigarette. It's hard for them to just say, all right, I'm quit, I'm not going to smoke cigarette no more. There might be an alcoholic. It's hard for them to say, okay, I'm not going to do it no more. It's really going to take them time and a process. So if you're not accustomed to eat a certain way, it's hard for you to just, unless you have strong mind, and when you know, it could happen. It could happen because I remember when I stopped eating meat, I say I'm not eating no more meat, and I just stopped. But not every person could do that. Some people take time. Some people say, you know what? Like now we in November. Some people might say, you know what? I'm not eating no meat next year. You can't give yourself time on when you're gonna stop. You gotta say, I'm not eating no meat from today. I'm done. So no, you set that in place. I'm not eating no more. Just like you could say, I'm not eating no more burger. Just whatever food. Just like you could say, I'm not eating no more chips. Just like you could say, I'm not eating no more salty food. But at the end of the day, you got to make up your mind and just say, cut it right one time. Why? Because if you don't do that, right? If you don't do that, by the time next year reach, you might forget you make yourself that promise. You see what I'm saying? You might forget you make yourself that promise. And the next year reach and you still eating the salty food, you still smoking the cigarette, you still drinking the and you with and you never realize you make yourself that promise. So some I know it's not gonna be easy, it's gonna be difficult, but I think before you prolong it and give yourself time, sometimes you got to just try and get rid of it one time. That's my opinion, guys. Changing your food, your DNA back to what God intended. I went all week eating better. My mind is set. All right. Thank you for sharing that, Urban. Because trust me, I do believe the food we eat have a lot to do with our thinking. That's why they say the way you eat or what you eat, that's who you are. You see what I'm saying? It have cloudy mind. Cloudy mind. You know, some people have cloudy mind and they can't think, they can't function, and it's like just like what our brother was saying about the oil, that you know, the type of oil it make your body like sluggish and these kind of stuff. The food sometimes give you claggy thinking, it mess with, you know, it clog you up. It starts scrambling your mind. It's like you can't function, you can't think. Because listen to me. I could speak on a lot of things. I just don't do it, but I could speak from a lot of things because I come from where I used to eat a certain food to where I stopped eating that food. You see what I'm saying? And I see the changes. And that's why I'm not willing to go back to that place where I'm just eating. No. You know the feelings of your body, the way your body move, you know, the way you're able to move, the distance you're able to walk, you're able to run. Certain food you eat, you can't do that. By the time you walk up the hill, you find yourself can't catch your breath. Certain food you eat, you will walk up that hill, walk up another hill, and even realize, you know, walk up two hill. So from my experience, I realize, I see the difference of eating a certain way. And I'm not willing to go back them way because I see where eating healthy is it helps you in many ways. It helps you spiritually, physically, and mentally. It helps you. It make you think, able to think more clearly. It helps you to make more decision without depending on other people to make it for you. You know what I'm saying? You have a clear understanding. When someone come to you, you have a business proposal, someone come to you and they start talking, you don't realize, man, listen me, you ain't telling me what I want to hear. You know what I mean? Because you already know, and you already get the vibes, and you already know what you expect to hear. So it helps. That's all I can tell you guys. From my experience, okay? I'm sure other people have different experience too, but I'm also juicing more and eating my food I grow and drinking teas for my herbs, and I feel good. All right. Okay. So we have other people could speak on what Urban say and what I'm saying. We all it's a difference. To me, it's a whole difference. Yeah. It's not only about eating right. Check out the health benefit of fasting, promote growth, hormone, build new cells, and promote stem cell, which we need in order for the body to repair and rejuvenate. Yeah, I agree with that. But also, there's a lot of food that we eat that do the job. You see what I'm saying? This is why. You see me? If I'm drinking a tea, I'll drink that tea for a couple days, right? I want to feel how this tea is making me feel. Is it making me feel better or it make me feel worse? You see what I'm saying? Is this tea making me feel better or it making me feel worse? Is this food that I eat? That's why I don't eat anything. Is this food that I eat, is it making me feel better? Is it making me feel sluggish? It is making me feel, give me more energy. It make me feel more healthy. You see what I'm saying? So I agree with what you're saying. Fasting is another good thing that you're talking about. Fasting. And fasting also help, which I do fasting myself. I also do fasting. Fasting also help your body, to, like you mentioned there, rejuvenate itself. Because sometimes we keep eating and we keep filling our stomach, and you know what I mean, we keep packing our stomach, constantly eating 3, 4 times a day we eating. And that could help. That could even help clog arteries, all these kind of stuff. Sometimes we eat meat, certain type of meat, and that meat don't come out of your system until a certain time. But guess what? The next day we eat more meat. And the following day we eat more meat. Some people say they got to eat meat every day. And the following day we eat more meat. And you see what I'm saying? So, like you say, fasting is very important. And let me read what you say. Check out the health benefit of fasting. Definitely. The health benefits of fasting is so important. That's why we hear about it so much. We hear about fasting so much. Sometimes, right? Sometimes, as a person, I will not eat no type of hard food. When I say hard food, all I will feed myself with is like vegetables. Like go in my garden and I'm just eating vegetables, okras, and I will do that for weeks sometimes. For weeks sometimes, just feed myself from vegetables. That's a way, because vegetables get out your system faster than a lot of food, a lot of other food. They come out your system, and I don't think, believe it or not, well, for my opinion, I don't think we should be eating stuff that stays up in our stomach for a week. Just sit back and think for it a moment. Sit back and think for a moment. This is my opinion, right? This is my opinion. Some people call themselves meat lovers. Not knocking no one. This is an open discussion. Please understand. Eat, you free to do what you want. Right. Some people say, I'm a meat eater and I got to eat meat every day. But if you are a meat eater and you're not using the bathroom regular, could you imagine what is actually taking place? Right? Could you imagine what is really taking place up inside there? Just think about it. Just think about it. So I don't feel, I'm not eating anything. I say I did it before because I used to eat meat. I used to do that. But I'm not eating nothing that stays in my stomach for such a long time. Not doing it. These things poison you sometimes. That's why so much disease is popping up everywhere, and we don't understand. A lot of us don't understand because is what we're putting in there. And for you, for you packing every day and not letting it out at the same time, you see what happening there? Think about it. Think about what these things could cause within your stomach. But that's my opinion, guys. All right, that's me. I'm not doing it. That's why people have body odors and their gas smell so foul inside, fermenting and rotting. That's a point they over. That's a point because the you see that stuff is inside you, right? And it starts rotting inside you, but you're not using the bathroom at the same time. So this thing inside you, so when you burp, like you belch, it is coming up. The scent is coming up through your mouth, like you understand. Through you see what I'm saying? Because it's down there, and it's not the scent ain't have nowhere else to go unless you ain't release that. Unless you ain't release that, it's inside, and the longer it stays inside, what happens is it starts smelling. It starts smelling, and rotting. And you see what I'm saying? Just when you use the bathroom, just you see for yourself what is actually happening inside there. And if that something need to be inside you for all these days. So me personally is not eating anything that stays in my stomach for no days and weeks. Not doing it to myself. Mm-mm. Nope. That's poor. I'm basically wicked to my own self doing something like that. Yeah. If I'm doing something like that, I don't like myself. That's how I see it. I don't like myself. A planter, I agree with the average person have 7 to 10 pounds of meat and obsess 10 to 20 pounds meat. That's rot and decaying, being absorbed into the body. That's where nutrients is supposed to be absorbed. Right, exactly. 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 So I'm not eating anything that's gonna be in my stomach for no long period of time. Because sometimes they're in your stomach and they got to break down before they actually turn, to get out. So meanwhile, they're up in there breaking down. It's start creating smells, and especially you're not using the bathroom at the same time to get stuff out. And the crazy thing about it, you go the next day and you eat more. Then the following day you eat more. Then and you just keep in more. I mean, I love myself. So I'm not doing that. I don't think that's a good idea at all. But guys, I'm not here to tell you what to do. It's just a discussion, guys. I'm not here to make anybody feel anyhow. It's just an open discussion. All right? Goes for real. I eat meat I raise. I also maintain my bowels with high fiber and also clean periodically and things is that your body will tell you when something is wrong. That is true. That is true. I can't, I'm sorry. I cannot eat anything that's gonna be in my body for weeks and days. Then I got to then and I'm still eating. It's not for say you eat a portion and then you say, you know what? Let me take a couple days off. Some people say they got to eat it every day. So all you doing is packing it. And then it take days. Like our beef. Beef, I think, take a couple days for breakdown. So say you eating some steak and some whatever, and you only eating, and all this thing is doing is packing because you're not releasing anything. That could slow poison you, man. That could damage you. That you see, and these things, and yeah, these things keep your bowels and all kind of stuff from work properly. This is why a lot of oh well, I don't want to say too much here because, but I believe this could be a reason why there does be situation where people bowels, you know what I'm saying? Not bowels, like arteries start getting clogged and these kind of stuff. I think like Truth Seeker was saying, fasting is very, very important. Fasting, and I will also say, to me, I will also say sometimes you give your body a break and just eat some vegetables, string beans, like vegetables. Feed yourself with some vegetables because what? These things gonna help cleanse your body. Some kale, these things you break down and they comes out. They're not up inside it for days trying to break down, and while they're breaking down, they smelling. You see what I'm saying? So that's my opinion, guys. Can't tell you. Let me see. I'm down to 2 times a week. I ate meat today and maybe Sunday, and the rest of the week is vegan. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. You giving your body time instead of compacting it. You giving your body time. So that's a good idea. Okay. Yes, fasting is very important. I'll say that. I'll say that. And sometimes I fast sometimes I fast once a month. Sometimes I fast once a month. And sometimes I might fast, but I'm only eating vegetables. Like in the springtime. When you hear springtime come, spring, summer, all I'm eating is vegetables. That's all I'm eating. I drink my tea in the morning. You know, I gotta drink my tea. And sometimes I'm in the garden walking and I'm just eating. I'm just eating from the trees them. You see what I'm saying? By the time I finish, I full. I want nothing else. You see? So within them time, I use them time to help flush my body, help, that's a form of fasting for me. Instead of putting heavy stuff inside, like now I'm eating edibles, which edibles is very rich in fibers. Edibles, as studies says, edibles is something good because of the fiber. Is something good for men, like colon and them kind of stuff. It's help preventing. And I ain't say cure, I say prevent. Because of the fiber. Fiber is important. We need fibers. We also need grains. Grains is important. Beans is important for us as well. This is what I look at. I look at stuff that, and I'm trying to grow the stuff that I love and could benefit my body. I don't grow any and anything anymore. Before I used to grow a lot of different things. Now I'm focusing on certain things. Yeah. Well, I agree with you with that as well, but I don't eat that. So thank you for mentioning that. Thank you for Truth Seeker. Thank you for mentioning that. I don't eat that period. But thank you for mentioning that. So for the people who do eat it, they could have more ideas or even look into it. Yes, or even look into it. It's not just meat, that meat digests slow. Processed food, especially ultra processed food and seed oil treatment or seed my treatmental to our health. Seed oil detrimental to our health. So okay, so with seed oil, give me a little idea, like seed oil, like olive oil and them type of oil messed up for our health, especially if we get it natural. I mean, if we get in it, we don't know what's there. We don't know how it make. But if we able to make get cold press the oil for ourselves, you think that's good for us or that's detrimental as well? Let me know, Truth Seeker. Okay. I do intermittent fasting at least 3 to 4 times a week, which is normal for me. All right. Okay. Yes. Intermittent fast daily make me feel much better. All right. All right. This is the thing. This is the thing. And this is what others always say, right? This is what others always say. While you eating, me, I don't just eat. I eat and look for result. I check the feelings. I check how this make me feel. Is it make me feeling better, stronger, or it make me feel more sluggish? These are the things I look for in what I'm eating. You see, so if I'm eating something and it make me sluggish, like it make me, like, I'm losing the energy that I know I have. I'm gonna cut away from that because I want to know why you make me feel this way. And this is sometimes it helps by paying attention to what you see what I'm saying, to what you put inside. Check the effect, check how it make you feel. To me, it's important. To me, it's very important of what I eat, how it make me feel. Um, okay. Yes, yes, vegetable oil, soya beans, oil, sunflower oil, cottonseed oil. Okay, those type of oil, you say is not healthy, right? Okay, all right. Oh no, I don't use those oil. Bad for okay, all right. Them listen me, man. I somehow or the other, I really don't like oil. I'm being honest. If you catch the itch when you eat it, the itch. Okay, right. If you catch the itch when you eat it, where you been 50? When you if you catch like when you eat it, it give you all right, Mike, thank you. Yeah, so But this is my opinion, guys. And I'm sure you guys eat and you guys know the effect you just get as well from certain things you eat. You know, so but you gotta pay attention to what you eat and the feeling. Just like for instance, right? You waking up on morning and you drinking tea. You drinking a certain herb on morning. Every morning you get up, you drinking this herb, right? You every morning you get up, you drinking it, right? You said if you eat something that make you sluggish. Yeah, if I eat something that make me and I'm losing my energy and I'm not feeling, because if I running around the house and then I feel like I eat something and I can't run around the house. No, I'm not eating that. I want to know why. I was running around this house. Now all of a sudden I can't. Nah, you're doing something to me. So hell no. Done with that right there. Where were I again? Where were I? Okay. Yeah, so I'm sure everyone eat and feel a certain way. Some food make you feel like you feel good. You feel like the energy is right. You feel like, damn, it tastes so good. It tastes so good that your body, your mind, your spirit, you have an effect, a positive effect on everything. Now, a morning, right? You get up on morning and you drinking a certain tea. Every morning, you drinking a certain tea. You getting up, you get up early, you sit down. Okay, all right. You was talking about oil. Okay. Yeah, you get up every morning, right? And you drinking a certain tea. Every morning you drinking your tea and you having fun, yeah. But every time you finish drink this tea, it making you feel a certain way, right? You might love the taste of the tea. The taste might be nice, but the effect, and this is where we got to look at the effect. How is this tea making me feel? Yeah, it tastes good, but what about the feelings? How is it making me feel when I don't drink this tea? Is it making me feel good? It make me feel like, yes, that tea was nice. I feel good. Sometimes you eat a nice spot and you say, yes, I feel good, man. You know what I mean? So, yes, so you're drinking the tea, and the tea, after you drink the tea, you feel good. You say, man, yeah, love that. I could drink another cup. That make me feel good. No, I'm not studying the taste. Not the taste I'm studying. I'm studying the feelings that I'm getting every time I drink this tea. That's how I judge myself, them guys, because I'm not gonna be drinking something and every time I drink it, it make me feel funny or it make me feel off. You see what I'm saying? So I pay attention to these things. I think it's important because, like, we was talking about moringa plant, right? We was talking about moringa plant. I could drink moringa plant. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah. Yeah. So Yeah, so that's what I do, man. I pay attention to everything, everything I put in my stomach. I really think is important. Like for instance, we was talking about moringa the other day, right? Was talking about a moringa plant. And with me, I could drink moringa tea. I could eat the leaf, which I do sometimes. I could also put it in smoothie, like I can blend it up to powder, put it in smoothie. I ain't get no effect from it. But we was doing a live, I can't remember who it was. And the pastor say, anytime they use moringa, it make the head kind of dizzy. When they use it for tea, it make the head kind of dizzy. You see what I'm saying? So if you drinking a tea and in a making you feel good, meaning for me is leaving it alone. That's why it's important, not the taste. The taste could taste nice. You know how you make it. You love. It was the mood. Okay, right. It was the mood. Yes. Shout out to you, the mood, for sharing that information because that could make we get more understanding of. This is why I keep saying a herb might work for me, but it might not work for you. These things are very, very important. The herb might work for me, but it's not working for you. You see what I'm saying? So this is why a lot of people used to the older people. This is why this is ways they used to learn too, because of the feelings. How after you get the medicine, they give you the how it make you feel. How you feel? You feel better? How it make you feel? The feelings is important, not the taste. The feelings, because most of the time to create the taste, you add sugar to create the taste that you like. So we're not dealing with the taste here. We're dealing with the feelings of after you drink this tea in morning or at night. Like for instance, you might drink a nice cup of tea, and a nice cup of tea make you sleep so good. You know what I'm saying? You might drink a nice cup of tea, and a nice cup of tea have you up all night. You see what I'm saying? So it's the feelings and what works for you, man, at the end of the day. But I do feel that we should look into the feelings, not the taste. The feelings after we drink the tea or after we eat something. I think that's important because many times some people are allergic to some things. You know, there's time people are allergic to things. So if you not study the effect that this thing giving you, you might catch yourself eating it. You're eating it again, and whatever it doing, it might not work in for your body. But remember, guys, I'm not a doctor. Please, well, I'm making it clear. Please speak to your doctor before proceeding with any form of herbs, any farm. Please talk to your doctor first, all right? Because I'm not a doctor. It's just an open discussion where we just having conversation. Don't take nothing as facts, okay? Speak to your doctor. It's a conversation, all right? All right, guys. Let's see. Okay. So what's going on, guys, man? What's going on? How your garden going? What's your plan? Oh, wait, I forgot to pronounce this, man. All right, guys, don't forget. The Herb Garden Challenge is going on the 4th of March 2024. Everyone, welcome to join. If you haven't joined, you could always press 1. Let me know if you interested in this journey, or you could always email me and let me know if you're interested in this journey. This journey is about growing 10 different herbs, and everything begins from the 4th of March. So on the 4th of March, you're going to upload a video showing the seed you sow. Remember, you could always reset seed, but the same seed, the same plants, the same type of seed you sow on that for the first day is the same kind of plants you got to get at the end of the journey. So you can't change. You can't have 10 plants, then you switch to different plants. It got to be the same type of plants. All right, sorry guys, don't know what happened. The thing just kicked me out. Sorry for that, sorry for that, sorry for that. That's why sometimes I just rather have somebody with me, because when it kick out, life still can continue. Hey, GS Farm, how you doing? Thank you for being here, man. What's up? Yes, so guys, yes. So as I was saying, like I was saying, right? The Herb Garden Challenge is gonna begin on the 1st of April, 1st of March, and the first video gonna upload on the 4th of March. Then on the 5th, on the 25th of March, you upload another video showing the update. Then on the 5th of April, you upload another video. Then on the 25th of April, you upload. So basically, all right. So basically, you're going to be uploading 2 videos every month. The last video going to be the 25th of June. And on the 30th of June, we're going to have a giveaway on the 30th of June, where we're going to get prize giveaway. Don't know how much prices as yet. So I'm not going to mention that right at this moment. We still have time. But on that day, there will be a couple people going to be winning prizes. So as usual, the rule is simple. Just follow the rules, upload your video on the date it's supposed to upload, and just make sure if your seeds, remember, if your seeds did not germinate, reset more seed. If they was growing and then something happened to them, you reset more seed because you have time. Because on the day, that's when we're gonna be looking at the plants there. Okay, so don't give up. I don't want people to give up because the seeds might be giving a little, you might have a little problem with your seed. Don't give up. Continue sowing more seed. All right? You still have the chance to sow more seeds. You still have the chance. So not because they mightn't germinate or something happen. All you got to do, get more of the same seed, reset them, and continue your journey. With me, if I see 2-3 weeks pass and they not germinate, I'm heading for different seed. But you know what? I have some seed, right? I have some seed. And guys, don't make nobody tell you that seeds don't last. Seeds do last. I do believe you got to air them out sometimes. I do believe you got to give them some air. I'm giving you some key ideas here today. Right? No. I have seeds about 8 to 10 years old around there. And I saw them. I say, you know what? Let me see what's going on with these seeds. And I grabbed some of the seed and I set them. And them seeds, in about 4 days, them seeds start germinating, start coming up. That length of time, all this time, years I have these seeds. So, but I'm going to give you an idea. I'm going to give you a simple idea how to, because you could be saving seed. I'll tell you this as well. You could be saving seed, and if you really don't know how to save these seeds at a certain time, you could try germinate them. And because I've seen it too. I've seen it too. Where you have seeds for a period of time, and when you try set them, they never germinate. And I see seeds that you set for years, and you just set them and they burst up just like fresh seeds. So You have to air them out. I tried it both ways. I tried it both ways, and what I've learned, you got to air them out. From time, I'm not telling you got to air them out every day. You got to bring them out and air them out. That's not what I'm saying. You should air them out. Give them a little air. That's important. That's if you're talking about saving seed for a long period of time. Instead of you just show them somewhere and say, okay, let me just show you there and you just stay there. No. In a couple years, you should really try to open them, give them some air. That could help keep them. I tried it both ways, and that's the result I get. And I set these seeds, and these seeds bust up in like 4 days. I couldn't even believe. I also have another patch that I set. I did a video with that today. The way they look now. That's all seed. Them seed is almost 10 years old. And they bust up so beautiful. So that's just a little hint I'm giving you. You saving seed, I'm not telling you to bring them out every day and give them air. Sometimes I bring them out and even put them in the sun sometimes. Like summertime, I bring them out and let it get let it get a little sunlight. Not every day. Once in a blue moon, let it get a little sunlight. Close them back up, put them away. And make sure it's a nice area, not a place that they could get moisture and get mold. Because believe it or not, that could happen. They could get mold. So make sure wherever they are, they're in a dry, nice place. You can put them in refrigerator too, but I don't know how long they last in a refrigerator. I can't give no information on that. But putting them in a dry place, you should give them some air from time to time. I think that's important. Almost 10 year seeds I bring out, sow them, and they bust up like nothing. Okay, 1 second. Pause. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Let me show you something. All right, these are the seedlings I know said. These are 6 years old seedlings. Not 6 years, almost 10 years old. I have growing outdoors. We in November. But the way I'm growing these seedlings, what I did, I set them and then I use this container. I use this container as a greenhouse and I just put it over them just like that. And I still have the area where the egg can go through. And I just leave it like this, and this become like a greenhouse. And we've been getting some cold weather, but it did nothing to them. Not even the seed it did anything to. So just like this, guys, I have broccoli, cauliflower. All right, yeah. Those seedlings is almost 10 years old. That's seeds. So if someone tell you seed don't last long, they can if you know how to take care of them. And I'm giving you a good tip here today. Make sure you sun them. You give them light. You see? Hold on. All right. You see all this? This is actually full of pumpkin seed, right? This is full of pumpkin seed. No, this is fresh pumpkin seed, right? But what I'll do, they're already dry. But you see, the next thing again, your seed got to properly dry. They cannot be half dry. They got to be properly dry before you put them away. So even though I feel these dry enough, I will still open the bag and throw them out and let them get air. Because when I put up most of these seed, which most of them gonna be putting up, when I put them up, I'm not gonna be troubling them for a period of time. So you wanna make sure that these seed are well dry properly. That's how they're gonna last. And from time to time, you put some in, give them some air that they could breathe. You see what I'm saying? Yes, you could hold them in a package for a period of time without nothing wrong with them. But I'm trying to tell you now about 10 years. There's got to be ways because I try both ways. How am I going? And I did them two different ways. One, I didn't trouble them. A few of them, couple bags. Some I ate them out. The ones that stand out is the one I was giving air. So it's important to give your seeds air. I'm saying, all right, thank you, Fifi. I appreciate you coming through. All right, good night. Yes, guys. So all I'm saying is saving seed is important. And if you want to make sure that your seeds last for a long period of time, you got to give them some air from time to time. All right? Very important. Very, very, very important. Yes, well, tonight was a wonderful night. Thank you, Food Forest, for coming up and share the information you share. Appreciate you coming through. Thank you for that. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Fifi Johnny. Thank you, JS Tree Farm. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Auburn. Thank you, Truth Seeker. Thanks, everyone, for coming through, man. I appreciate you guys for coming through tonight. You guys have a blessed and wonderful week, man. Don't forget, man, make sure. Don't forget, man, make sure you get your seed ready for the 2024 garden season, for the 2024 Herb Garden Challenge. Yes, make sure that you get yourself ready now. Start getting yourself ready today. Start getting your compost together. So when the springtime comes, you're ready to go. You have a short growing season. You have no time to waste. You just got to be ready to go. From the time the weather change, you out there pushing. All right? So thank you guys for coming through, man. I appreciate you guys for coming through and hang with me tonight again, man. Peace, love, and blessing to each and every one. You guys have a blessed and wonderful night. Don't forget, see you guys next week, Thursday, same time, same place. I just didn't do it last night because last night was Thanksgiving, so I come on tonight. So I just want to say, man, you guys have a blessed and wonderful week. Peace, love, and blessing to all. Good night, guys.